Alright, so I'm pretty stressed. I did have to call 911. I also tried to get a hold of Claire since she gave me her number. I messaged it and it said it couldn't send, so I suppose that means that her phone is probably off. Anyway, let's play the video of the 911 call. I can barely hear you.
What's the address of your emergency?
I am at right in between the Burger King and the Starbucks on the 101.
Okay, you're on Highway 101.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm in the parking lot in between Burger King and Starbucks over by Fred Meyer's. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what's going on, sir?
Well, sorry about that. There's a lot of traffic going by. I got a lot of hatred towards me from a lot of real hateful people. I've been trying to turn them in, but I'm getting blown off. My window just shattered while I was sitting in my vehicle. I don't know what they threw, but whatever it is, bounced off and went the other way as my window broke, because it doesn't look like anything in my vehicle is out of place.
Okay. What's your name real quick?
Sean Schwartz.
Okay, Sean, what's the phone number for you?
It is...
Okay, so you were just sitting in the parking lot and someone broke your window while you were in the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am. It took me by surprise, and it took me a second to realize what happened. I didn't see anybody in the parking lot by the time I got out, so I don't know who did it.
Okay, which window?
It's my passenger side window.
Okay. What vehicle do you have?
I have a Honda Civic.
Okay, what color is the Honda Civic?
It's green.
Okay, like a dark green or like a light green?
Like a blue green, like a ocean green.
Okay. And so how long ago did this happen, Sean?
About 10 minutes ago, I'd say.
Okay. And you didn't see who did it?
I didn't. Like I said, it took me a minute to...
Yeah, like what just happened type thing.
Yeah, so I mean, by the time I got out of my vehicle, and I'm parked on really close to the electrical box thing, and there's two posts sticking out, so it wasn't easy to even get out of my vehicle to go look.
Okay. Okay. Sean, are you gonna stay there for contact for an officer, or are you gonna be leaving?
I can stay here and wait.
Okay, I'll have an officer meet you there. Okay, Sean.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Alright, so that's what I got going on. I had 2 games on here on my tablet that I was able to get off of there. That'll only give me 2 or 3 videos that I can record that are about that long. So with not having the money to keep up the accounts and all of that evidence getting lost due to that, and me having to try to come up with funds, I don't have the ability to do these things for myself. And instead of bullying me for it and treating me like I'm a bad person for it, why don't you fucking actually help me? I have every right to be pissed off about people wasting my time, telling me they'll come forward, telling me they'll go to court, telling me they'll speak up, and doing jack shit. I have every right to be pissed off about that. I don't have family that gives a shit. My family fucking ripped me the fuck off a lot. Something needs to be done about this, but nobody is lifting a fucking finger. Nobody is sharing what I'm going through except for me. Not one of my fucking friends cares. You know, I had 2 people post happy birthday to me on my birthday. Thank you, timeline. Shows me how many people actually give a shit. None. They only give a shit on my birthday. The rest of the year, fuck, I might as well not exist. Anyway, I got my clandestine audio recording device recording this. I got my telephone recording this. It's pretty tough not to get overwhelmed by this. The rapidity of these actions and the frequent nature of them. How am I supposed to be able to function through this? I'd like for somebody to show up and do something about this before I repair it. Well, best I can try anyway. At least I got plenty of tape. Yeah, right. I guess that's just the way life goes, huh? Hopefully they do something. I got my list of suspects, but I mean, really, it could be anybody. Yeah, I looked over, heard it explode, and I looked over, and of course my jacket fell down a little further because it was hit with the glass, but I looked up and it looked like there was smoke, so I wasn't sure if somebody threw a firecracker in my vehicle or something, but nothing's burned. It's probably just dust that got knocked off the window and it shattered. Lewis gave me this for my birthday, I guess. Well, he gave it to me this morning. My birthday was yesterday. Someone calling themselves Tranya Walker typed, "Why would someone burst your window out?" Well, there's a lot of people that hate me. I speak out about injustice. I speak out about how we're treated out here, and I speak out about bad cops, female predators, male predators. There's been a lot of hatred towards me since Natalie Bollinger was killed. And with that hatred combined with America's unfettered hatred for the homeless, you gotta have your victim class, right? We get victimized by predators until we're homeless. And then we're victimized by predators because we're homeless. And that victimization includes by the DHS, law enforcement agencies nationwide. When you're broke, everybody knows you have no rights. But the problem is that when there are crimes committed against an at-risk adult who is broke and homeless and on his own, and he has to depend on people who are highly predatory for help, that's not something that should be allowed to happen. With all these different agencies telling me that they're not going to do anything because cops were involved, that's so screwed up. Just because cops were involved with helping the Bollingers with getting away with those crimes doesn't mean that the Bollingers didn't commit those crimes. They still committed them, and so did the cops. According to the mandated reporter training stuff, they're supposed to take this very seriously. Nobody took it seriously. There are a lot of hate crimes committed against me. A lot of them. And yes, I fucking speak up. Yes, it is a hate crime to do these things based on someone's gender, someone's skin color, somebody's looks, someone's religion. These are all examples of hate crimes. And you can see how rampant the hatred from the Christian community really is. There's a lot of people who claim to be Christian. In the end, what did they do with their supposed religion? Blame the victims, threaten the victims, threaten a bunch of things that Jesus was not okay with. So why are you threatening it? After having your name slandered like that Yeah, there's a lot of messed up things that happen. None of my supposed friends cared. None of them wanted to look. Some of them pretended like they were going to help me, but without them speaking out, nothing was help. Their words were the most important because I was called mentally ill and thus was not allowed to speak on my own behalf. Oh, what fun, huh? I should have a caseworker that I can go to about stuff like this. People who want to call me crazy because I'm speaking out about what's happening. I video record it. I wish I had the ability to record 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I gotta squish the jelly beans before I put them in my mouth because I don't have any teeth. Still waiting on the cops. No, no cops yet.
I'm not supposed to twist, but sometimes it's the only thing that keeps it from cramping up. Ah. Oh, the joys of waiting. Bonjour, Mr. Troxel.
What's happening?
My name is Sean Schwartz. I've encountered another situation of vandalism. I was sitting in my car when my window exploded.
Weird. I am recording so I can document
Me
the
too.
damage and all that.
Me too.
We're just sitting here. How could it have happened?
I don't know. There's a piece of metal over by that Jeep over there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was thrown at my vehicle or what, but it definitely it impacted the window hard enough that it actually pushed my jacket over. Whatever it was, it actually hit hit the window hard enough that my jacket came over. I had my jacket, it was pushed up to about right here because it was pretty sunny and coming through. And yeah, this is
Goofy.
it is. I've had some ongoing issues with a few people in town, but the thing is, like when it happened, it was probably dust that blew off of it. It looked like there was some smoke for a second after it happened, and I was afraid somebody had thrown a firecracker or something in here, but it didn't end up being that. I think it was just dust off the window. But by the time I was able to get out of my car, because there's that post right there, whoever it was already gone.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Do you have your ID so I can just write your info down?
I certainly do. Give me just one moment. I'm rolling up a cigarette. All right. Oh. Where the hell's my lighter?
I appreciate it.
Isn't it nice when homeless people pick up the garbage that other people left?
And I have his Nebraska license number named after St. Charles, Henry. see, David. 10-18-80. Well, heck, happy birthday yesterday.
Thank you. I was able to get a full tank of gas out of it. Unfortunately,
Nice.
I didn't get to turn in the situation with a lady named Molly or
Oh, yeah?
3 of the officers here who did screwed up stuff.
Uh,
I'm a at-risk adult, and I tried explaining that to them, and instead of understanding that, they talked over me and made excuses like I magically wasn't. So I'm frustrated.
copy 1293. What are you making over here?
Oh, that was coffee.
What happened?
Well, I set it over there, and the stuff came through the window, glass went in it, and some of it splashed out, and I went, well, I'm not drinking that.
Okay. Well, I'm
Is
gonna
that
go.
smart? Don't drink stuff with glass in it? I figure it's common
I
sense.
think so. I'm gonna go check with Denny's and see if they have cameras that I can take a look at for you.
Thank you, sir.
If that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. Unless you got anything else for me.
Well, I got to try to turn in that other stuff, and I need a place to do it. I can't keep wasting my money. All of my money got taken away. I'm disabled. My disability money got taken away because my disability money wasn't enough to run through and jump through all these hoops I'm expected to jump through.
Are you working with anybody at Senior Services?
Man, I've been all over the place. The thing is, without an advocate or a guardian to help me with that stuff, I'm too overwhelmed to function. I shouldn't be out here. I know there's people out here that are worse off than me, but the thing is, I had disability, and I jumped through all the hoops that I needed to jump through so I could turn in my predators, and nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to jump through 6 months of hoops just so they can go in and turn in their predators. By that time, the predators got away.
I'm gonna go catch the manager before they take off.
Yes, sir. Well, it's a start. There's a lot of stuff with Molly in here, and that could be a reason. If you look up the name Natalie Bollinger, that could be a reason. If you look up the stuff about the KKK, that could be a reason. Me telling on bad cops, that could be a reason. That guy getting beat up by 3 people after I tried turning him in, that could be a reason. Somebody being friends with any one of these people could be a reason. I am not well liked, and for good reason. I got a big mouth. To this day, people get pretty liberal about telling me about themselves, all their personal information. A lot of people consider that help for some reason. I guess as far as the fair weather we've been having here, well, tomorrow's going to be the last day of decent weather. So I got to weatherize my hole over here. Apparently my name is Sam Henry Adam William Nora. Isn't that good to know? Also, ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA is apparently not the proper way to say the alphabet. Trying to find some excuse to smile about the situation. Maybe we'll get lucky and it's some fluke act of nature. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Nice to be wrong about a situation where someone's bullying me or vandalizing my stuff for once. When the cops in Chesapeake, Virginia fucked up my car, like they literally had to open up the hatch on the back and physically manhandle that back hatch in order to break it the way they did. That was the first instance with the Natalie Bollinger situation. That was the first instance of police wrongdoing in this. Well, that and them not taking a proper report and lying to me about my vehicle getting towed. There's also a lot of folks who want to pretend that I turned them down for help. No, I didn't turn them down for help. I didn't have the ability to do what it is that they were asking me to do. Asking me to do stuff that I'm not capable of doing isn't help. If you help me to do those things, that's different. Telling me to do something is not the same as helping me to do it. Have you tried turning it into the cops? Yes, I have, on multiple occasions. I know windows don't just shatter for no reason. And since it shattered in, all the glass came in. It means whatever hit it, come at it from the outside. Most of that glass that's on the ground fell out of the vehicle. You can see glass. Oh, what fun. Yeah. How's this stuff? Oh. How's this stuff not supposed to bug me? How's this stuff not supposed to incite some reaction from me? I gotta pretend everything is calm and collective and copacetic. Everything is cool. But it's not. See, here's the thing. If I'd have been left alone when I left Virginia, or if any one of my friends had actually bothered to listen, find out what was going on instead of giving advice, and shitty advice at that. You just need to love yourself. Holy fucking shit. I'm not a bad person. I'm a person going through hell. There's a lot of folks who want to pretend I'm a bad person because I told on my predators. How does that work? How does that work? I'm a bad person because I told. Oh, that must be I'm a tattletale or a rat. Well, that's fine and dandy, but you were fine with everybody else who is doing these things to me, going to the cops and playing victim afterwards. What's the difference? Oh yeah, I'm an actual victim. Someone who is actually enduring this shit. Someone who has actual evidence. Not that it fucking matters. Nobody looks at it. And more crimes happen over and over and over again. Nobody bothers to investigate. With this one right here, I mean, there ain't much to investigate. Oh, fucking goddamn it. Hopefully they'll see whoever did it or whatever happened. You know, either it's on the camera or it's not. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I know that there's a lot of stuff that I don't exactly know what happened, but I know what people's speculation was, and I know that the speculation wasn't the truth. But I was never allowed to speak up in court, never allowed to show evidence, never allowed to turn in a police report. I mean, I tried. I turned in plenty. Nothing happened with them. Well, except for my predators finding out and making my life even worse. That's the thing about mandated reporters. When you go to a mandated reporter, especially about a situation, say with law enforcement or with any of these other agencies where they're not doing their jobs, how do you make them do their jobs? I mean, sure, there's consequences when they don't do their jobs, isn't there? No, there's not. We got laws on the books, so there's supposed to be consequences. But then again, there's that whole mandated reporter thing. You guys, if you paid attention, you've listened to the videos. A lot of people, they don't want to believe that their coworkers would do such a thing, or they are afraid of losing their jobs. There's a 1,000 different reasons why somebody who's a mandated reporter doesn't want to do their jobs, but the fact is, it is their jobs, and they made excuses not to. Everybody from Penny Cooper to Marcia Estrada, everyone before and since, it must be magically okay to do these things. I gotta try to get that officer's card too whenever he's done. I was forced into homelessness and kept stuck in homelessness because nobody helped me to turn in the crimes against me. Now, there are situations where I literally had to break the law in the hopes it was a Mustang GT, same color as the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. It was loud. But I suppose somebody would try pretending that's a figment of my imagination and that I'm delusional. Beautiful. I suppose as loud as it is, I could probably get away with pretending it was an airplane over the freeway. Not really. I was told most businesses don't have cameras that point into their parking lot because of liability issues. It's called plausible deniability. If you don't know it's happening, then obviously it can't be your fault. Well, that's the problem with mandated reporters. Just telling them what was going on and that you have evidence is enough to start an investigation. You don't even have to tell them that you have evidence, but the thing is, they have to help you with that. They're supposed to help you with that, especially if your disabilities prevent it, and that includes PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. That right is actually ordained by the First Amendment. Dog bless America. Believe it or not, catching somebody putting a rock through a window or a battery through a window or anything of that nature through somebody's window is tougher to investigate than any of the other shit that I got evidence of because, well, this one doesn't have a big ass paper trail. We don't know exactly who perpetrated it exactly at this moment and may not find out anyway. Bonjour.
So what I saw is what looked like either your coffee cup or your lid coming through, and there's even coffee right here.
Yeah,
so what the heck? Did you get
that's
mad
where it was
at it and threw it
no,
out?
no, it was sitting right there.
Oh, that's weird. Did it blow up? And because it literally came out, like the item that came out, it came out.
Yeah, that's when it came in. My coffee was sitting just right here. It was tucked in right there.
There's nothing. So there's a camera right there. There's nothing that's coming in. It was an item coming out of the car.
Most certainly. Well, I suppose we'll have to call this an act of God.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I was talking to my YouTube channel about how this right here, I was hoping it's an act of God and I was wrong this time, and about how, if somebody did break it, it'd be difficult to find them.
I think the coffee blew up and shot the lid out or something. So, anywho, the Starbucks gal said that she had a broom for you to sweep it up.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I actually went in there and asked them if I could use a broom.
Okay.
They said they don't have one for outside, but I can go in and ask.
That's weird. I thought she said she did, but maybe she doesn't. So, anyhow,
well,
we might check in with her again.
Absolutely.
All right, be good. I got to go to another call.
Yes, sir. Well, suppose could have been my coffee. Now, if it was something small that hit my window, let's say if somebody had shot it with like a 22 or something, it would have done a lot more than just that. So it wasn't something where somebody shot my window, I'm fairly certain. As loud as it was, I mean, it kind of sounded like it, but a 22 long rifle got a different kind of explosive energy. If it hit my window like that, it would have thrown a lot of stuff into my face, and it didn't. Now, the fact that everything fell inside of the vehicle tells me it probably did get hit with something from the outside. But if he's telling me that the cameras show something else, well, I gotta go with that. I suppose I'll ask you what you guys think. So anyway, I was sitting here and I set my coffee up right there. And of course, it's right out there. The lid was sitting on top of it. It was pretty loose. So I don't know how that would have exploded it, but he said it shot out, so that could have been something hitting it and pushing it out, but it also could have been me tightening the lid down and it actually getting, because it's got there's a bunch of bubbles in it. And I don't know what the hell those are from. When I put the lid back on, I might have screwed it down and not paid any attention to it, It's like That's the thing. If their camera is showing something different, I'm going to believe the camera. Although I didn't see the camera, but I am going to go in and see about using their broom because I don't want to be leaving a mess like this. Anyway, I heard it and all I could see was that there. So well, there was actually, I think, a vehicle there too. All right there. But anyway, I couldn't see much what's out there. The sun was a little bit different in the sky, but anyway, there's this thing in the way of me opening my door all the way, which makes it difficult to get in and out. And well, that's most of that fell out. Obviously, it's a bigger pile than it was when I first pulled out the video. Like I said, it broke in, not out. But I'm gonna have to believe him on this, because even if it did get hit by something small and decent velocity that the camera didn't catch, the thing is we don't have whatever it is to smack the window anyway. If it's something that wasn't caught on the camera, then it obviously wasn't that little piece of metal there. That was what I was thinking might have done it, but that doesn't mean that that's what actually happened. It could have been somebody shooting something at me with a slingshot or with a BB gun or something like that, and that probably wouldn't get caught on the camera. But yeah, if you said it shot out, I mean it would have had to hit that cup perfectly, I think, with the lid loose in order to make it shoot out. The lid was actually right in here too. I think it was like right there or right there. But yeah, could have been. You can see the coffee stuff right there. It's not all bubbly anymore, but it was earlier. And then of course, this one over here, there's still some bubbles in it, but it's gone down quite a bit. It was a BB gun or maybe a rock shot out of a slingshot. That would make sense. If I screwed the lid on too tight and it got pressure behind it, that would make sense. But I never had my coffee get pressure like that and explode. So I don't know. And I looked at the lid. I mean, it doesn't look broken. It's not cracked or anything of that nature. It doesn't have any sort of, I don't see how that would have popped off of there without damaging the threading on it. You know what I'm saying? The threading on it's perfect. The threading on here is perfect. I don't know. I suppose plastic's got a little bit of give to it. Alright. I think that off the stamp was it cracks them or something. Shit, I forgot the card. That's right, I said it at some point during this video. Let's see. Hello.
Just a second.
Oh, excuse me, I'm just going to grab the.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
There we go.
All right. I had my window broken out there, and the gentleman I talked to earlier said that you guys didn't have a broom or dustpan for outside. But the officer told me that there was a lady in here who said it would be that you guys had a broom and dustpan I could use. So
Hey, Sam.
I'm not sure.
Maybe get someone about that. So supposedly there's glass outside, and they
I don't have an outside room where I absolutely will give you one. All I have is my in-shop room.
Yeah, that's what the gentleman told me earlier, but the officer told me to come in because you guys had said something different apparently to him. So
Let me see.
it's all right though.
Hold on. I know we're gonna stop in the room. I don't have a dustpan though.
That's all right. Apparently my coffee cup exploded.
What?
Right?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's what he said was on the camera. So
Interesting.
right now it's time to get in thermodynamics and figure out why.
How the coffee cup exploded.
Yes, ma'am. We got some pretty cool implements. And I have some paper plates. Plates work fine. Now, of course, as always, there's stuff that bugs me when officers do it. Like, of course, when they want to blame the victim. Like, are you sure you didn't break the window yourself? Yeah, I'm sure I didn't break it myself. Or no, what was it? He was saying am I sure I didn't get angry and break it myself? Yeah, I'm sure of it. It's kind of like when a woman goes in who's been raped and she has to go in by herself and they go, are you sure you didn't maybe want it just a little bit? Are you fucking kidding me? That is so screwed up. No, if I'd fucking busted my window being pissed off, I would have admitted to busting my window on my goddamn YouTube channel. I'd have said, I fucking broke my window. Now, with this, if it's a situation where, yeah, my fucking coffee cup exploded, well, not much I can do about it. And even then, you know, it's a broken window. What are the chances that they got the camera going all the way out into the south lot to see if anybody had thrown anything? And if they did have those cameras, you would have looked at it. So, you know, as far as believing his eyes, we kind of got to at this point. I got broken glass all over my fingers. You know, those insinuations are hurtful. It's kind of like when you tell an officer that you are disabled and are not capable of taking care of yourself, and obviously you're living in a fucking shitty vehicle. The officer doesn't even bother to find out why you can't take care of yourself. Instead, he makes excuses or claims that you can take care of yourself. No, 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 no. If I could take care of myself, I wouldn't be fucking homeless, living in a fucking car, fucking running around, spending a bunch of fucking resources that I don't fucking have to get help that doesn't fucking exist anywhere but on goddamn paper. It is never okay to insinuate that the person who called you is, of course, doing this to themselves. That's not okay. That makes the victim feel like shit. It makes them afraid to talk to you. Of course, I'm an asshole. I'm gonna talk anyway. Good luck shutting me up, you know? I guess I can. Kind of rude to make them clean it up, isn't it? Not their fault. Not 4 o'clock. I believe. Trust in me, my heart and soul. Sweet you rockin', sweet you roll. Imagine that, exploding coffee cup. All right. Alright, so there's right here is how much glass there is. Alright, it's hurting my wrist to hold it like this, so I'm gonna end the video. At least we got a decent response, not the greatest response time, but it's better than nothing at all. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna head off into the world, take the Starbucks folks their room back and tell them thank you, and apologize for the laws of thermodynamics. Of course, my inability to speak properly and enunciate properly with no teeth. I don't think my stuff should blow out of my vehicle as long as I drive decently slow. I got most of the glass up. Not all of it, but most of it. Of course, exploding coffee cup. Yeah, that sounds even less realistic than somebody threw something through my window. Although, of course, the laws of thermodynamics, if I was a little more familiar with them, perhaps I would have paid more attention to what I was doing and wouldn't have to deal myself with an exploding cup. Obviously that coffee is not going to be drank. Oh. I'll go wash it at some point, but for right now, just not cool. Anyway, a broken window ain't gonna kill me. It's also not gonna deter anybody from breaking shit. So, tapping it a couple of times. Try to knock any glass that might potentially be in it out. And then on to, I want to say Seventh-day Adventist. I'm not for sure though, I'll have to, it might be the one in Bay City. If it's the one in Bay City, it's a senior one and it's not for me anyway. Nobody's gonna believe me when I say it was a coffee cup.
That is really crazy. It's a crazy story.
Right?
Did it heat up in the car? Is that what happened?
I don't know. I don't even, I usually put the lid on loosely and then I put it on tighter and then I shake it up and then I loosen it up again and yeah, I don't know. I just set it there.
How interesting. That's so
Yeah.
wild.
But I don't think anyone's gonna believe me when I tell them that's what happened.
It'd be hard to believe.
Right? Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. I hope your day gets better.
You know, it's getting better. I'm going somewhere where there's food.
Good.
All right, so I made a video earlier about the folks at Starbucks, didn't I? Well, they's pretty nice still, ain't they? I'm glad the lady remembered they'd just gotten a new broom, so the other one could be used outdoors. Oh, this ain't gonna work. I gotta grab my keys before I get in. Anyway, this... Oh. What's that go to? It looks like a roll pin of some sort. This isn't something that I'm gonna be able to pursue any further just because of lack of evidence. Or, of course, evidence is exactly how the officer says it is, which still, no reason to pursue. There's nothing to pursue. As far as the other crimes that were committed, yes, there is a lot to pursue. So, it's a matter of having a place where I can sit down and just work on it. With help, of course. Now, there were people who tried to help online as best as they figured they were able. And yeah, when people help me out, I am grateful and I am thankful for it. Just because it's not the help that I need necessarily doesn't mean that I'm not grateful or thankful. What pisses me off is that people, well, they'll offer me the help that I need. And then instead of that help, they give me a sandwich. Sandwich is food of any sort. I mean, really, that's one of the biggest insults, is that when you have gone to somebody for help, and they've told you if you go there, they'll help you, and they'll help you how you need. They'll help you to turn in your predators, and you get there, and they're fucking drunk the whole time. Now, they do, of course, feed you, which is nice, and that is something that I'm grateful for. I am grateful that I got to eat. That doesn't mean that you weren't screaming. Doesn't mean that you weren't shouting. Doesn't mean you weren't throwing a tantrum. Doesn't mean that you weren't going off on your boyfriend about fucking crazy shit the whole time I was there. Being grateful, you know, that's kind of like you got a woman who's in a shitty relationship. You know, she started dating a guy and she was homeless or damn near homeless. The guy takes her in. Great. Thank goodness. Thank goodness she's not out on the streets. But then he starts beating on her. Now, when she tells on him for beating on her, he gets to treat her like she's ungrateful because he put a roof over her head. You have no idea how many fucking assholes did this to me. You ungrateful piece of shit, I put a roof over your head. Like, holy fuck. I told people that you put a roof over my head. I was grateful. I didn't just express that I was grateful for those things. I expressed it on multiple occasions. But the reality is, what kind of help did I need? What help was I there for? I don't remember sandwiches being on the menu. I don't remember you saying, hey, Sean, if you come all the way out to California, I'll feed you. Well, she said that too, actually. But the point is that the food wasn't the most important part. For me, having to jump through all these hoops to take care of all that stuff, to jump through miles and miles and miles of bullshit. And it's wasting my time, and it's wasting my money. And all I needed was help turning in my fucking predators. Why am I going through all of this other excessive bullshit? Now, with this one, I said, I hope it's an act of God. Well, and nobody's going to believe that it was an exploding coffee cup. But that's the story I'm going with, because that's what the officer claims he saw. It's a good story. I mean, sure, it doesn't sound as cool and clandestine as, oh, some evil motherfucker threw a rock through my window. One of these people who's been stalking and threatening me put a rock through my window. And it still could be a BB gun. I mean, that's something that wouldn't show up on their cameras. But the thing is, I didn't see anybody running off. There's a lot of vehicles in between my window and anybody who could have shot at it. You'd think somebody would have seen that and actually called it in. There ain't really anywhere for somebody to snipe that window with the big vehicles that are on the other side of my little dinky Honda. So, you know, for something to hit my window, what I was thinking looking at that stuff is it was probably a lob shot. If somebody threw something, it smacked my window and came in. Now, the way that it all was with me, you know, I got my eyes down here and I got my hands down here, and then and I look over and there's dust, and then I gotta have issues getting out of my vehicle, and hey, it happens, right? Anyway, this is a lot different scenario than a lot of the other ones, because first of all, like when that Robert Farnsworth guy was coming up on me, yeah, I definitely got that recorded. He definitely did those things. It's definitely on my YouTube channel. The stuff between Natalie Bollinger and I, those things were actually said and actually on my YouTube channel. Folks keep wanting to pretend like I'm schizophrenic and delusional for things that I've said and produced evidence of. It's a matter of getting it into court and getting cops to stop blowing me off about shit like this, or insinuating that I must have thrown a tantrum and broken the window myself. If that was the case, you guys go back and look through all my shit. I admit to my fuck-ups. More than I can say for anyone else I know. Some of y'all might admit to one or two screw-ups that you've done in your life just as a matter of, oh, well, I gotta tell him a story to appease him and make him feel better. That's the thing about the sandwiches. The help I was there for and your appeasement are not the same thing. You tried to appease me with a sandwich when you said that you would look at evidence and help me turn it in. No, you don't get to throw your fucking sandwich in my face, you dumb cunts. Now, obviously, I am happy with the folks here at this Starbucks. They have been pleasant and wonderful, as I come to expect from Starbucks. Let's get our happy asses on the road. Now, it's been a couple hours that I've had my recording device on, so we'll turn that off. And hopefully I got another 4 hours at least that I can record, because I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I don't know what's going to happen any night because, well, I don't have the power of future vision. Now, foresight, that's a little different. Some of y'all, when you think of foresight, you think, you know, these people can see into the future. No, foresight is, yeah, we're going up into the mountains. We should probably take the Jeep instead of the Honda. That's foresight. Then you get up to the mountains and you are driving through the mountains in your Jeep and you look at a couple of ruts that you barely make it over with your Jeep and you go, man, I am glad I didn't bring the Honda. My car does not sound good, does it? Not even close. On the bright side, that was a slightly more appropriate visit with the officer. And it's a different one than the one I talked to last time. It might have been one of the ones with the situation with Natalie. Shit. Yeah, I gotta hold stuff so it doesn't go out the window or slide onto me. Yay, right? God, I can hear that fucking thing rattling under me and it's driving me nuts. You know, when I went through my list of suspects, exploding coffee cup was not on that list, was it? I got a little over 3/4 of a tank of gas, and I guess the ocean isn't far from here. I don't know. Might drive out to the ocean. where it's at. If it's the one in Bay City, I'm screwed, but I don't know if it is. I mean, if it is, I could drive there, but gas, as important as it is, it's better if I can go 100 compared to that. And of course, I do have some food in here for emergency rations, so I'm not completely SOL on that. I'm in no danger of starving currently. If I get to a situation where I am in danger of starving, I am certain that anything that I have in my vehicle that I'm not able to cook at the moment, I will be able to cook. Because I'll be out in the middle of fucking nowhere and lost. If I'm in the middle of nowhere and I'm lost, yeah, I don't think it's going to begrudge me starting a fire and cooking some beans. But they're dried beans, so that needs to be mentioned. Alright, I found the place we're going to. Serving up Hope evening supper. Well, hello, Lewis. That's Molly right there. Alright. I'll make sure I record so there's no issues. Well, I just had my window busted out. I thought somebody threw a rock or something through it, but apparently my coffee cup threw a tantrum. Yeah, I had to call the cops. He went in and looked at the cameras in the Denny's, and he come back out and tells me my coffee cup. Man, that ain't no fun. I'll be right down. Both of those guys I just talked to were also victims of Robert Fox. So, I don't see Robert's vehicle here, so I had to reasonably safe as far as that goes. Nope, he's here. On the right side, he's not dead. I want to park somewhere where I can see. Doesn't look like. Well, actually, yeah, I can do it here. Flip around real quick. Of course, you're probably wondering what the fuck I'm doing. Literally what I'm doing. Oh, there's Robert Farms with. It'd be like some sort of fucking nut job. I parked my car here. I can see the church. It's all that good. I'm going to end this video and immediately start up another one.